Welcome into the Command Center podcast. I'm Logan Paulson here with Fred Smoot. And what you got on, Fred? Those Louis Vuittons today?
They used to be.
They used to be. And Santana Moss, man. Hey, you guys.
Nostradamus, he don't go by Santana.
Oh, yeah, Nostradamus, man.
Nostradamus.
Yeah, man.
Keeping those predictions on lock, huh?
Yeah, I try not to even give it to y'all like that, man. But you know,
You got to do what you got to do.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, brother.
He got to give you that quatrain and let you know what's going on.
And just a reminder, we are brought to you by Bet365. At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe every sport should be epic. That's why we offer an in-game experience that covers 78 sports and over 780,000 live streams to 90 million customers worldwide.
90 million.
Our online betting brand is powered by a world-class proprietary product, Fred.
Way to hit that word.
You don't even know what that means being from Mississippi State. And over 7,000 employees across the globe. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365, the official sports betting partner of the Washington Commanders. Ken, you want to try that disclaimer today? Or can you read that for me?
You want me to throw it down?
Action. Must be 21 plus and physically located in Virginia. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
That was pretty good. He
Pay the bills.
kind of put his reading voice on there.
You know, Miami University is a private school.
I had to put I had to put the Fred on that.
So, in the disclaimer, it says you need help. I think we need some help.
Well, let's put it in the disclaimer then.
Yeah, we need to talk about this game.
Call 1-800 Command Center Podcast.
Yeah, leave a comment if you need help. Leave a question. We'll try to get it answered. Not this week, but obviously next week we can do the show.
Yeah.
So let's. So, what happened? I think we should start. I don't even know where to start.
Fred fault.
It's
Let's start there.
Let's start on the.
Fred said Tommy DeVito would not beat us. You
did say that.
I felt that.
I felt it too.
I felt it because it was supposed to happen. It's just like we make things that tangibly should be ugly, we make it cute. It's like your fifth drink at a bar, you know. It's one of them things where you're trying to figure out how, what, why. First of all, some questions I have to ask. 6 turnovers, 9 sacks, we're still in the game to win it. Like, if I can bring anything in it, this team ain't got no give up.
Yeah.
They do not give up under Sam Howell, because usually 3 turnovers and you're down 40 and you done lost that game. But they did not let it get out of control, but I just feel like the teams that we're supposed to beat, we play down to their level, and that's scary to me.
I think one of the things that stood out just watching that game is even with all the turmoil that was going on early in the first two series that we had offensively, it still left no doubt in my mind that they can just beat these guys, because you saw what our defense was able to do to stop these guys running. You saw what they was able to do to get out to Tommy, DeVito, and it was all about what we allowed them to do when they got the momentum on that side, because we just wouldn't get right. So when they finally scored that touchdown, we drove all the way down there and we couldn't score. We couldn't punch it in. And we ended up kicking the field goal. So that's still momentum on that side. Like, hey, they just gave us their best. These guys want to give us this game. So every series that we had a chance to go out there and really kind of like deflate them, show them that, man, it's really not going to go down the way y'all thought it was going to go down. We gave them life. And then you find yourself in a situation where you only have 5 turnovers and you're driving to win the game. And before the other interception, which we can all kind of sit here and argue that he was trying to get rid of the ball. It was a lucky thing. I was leaving the building already saying to myself, why every game's coming down to this last miraculous
It don't have to be that.
So that shows you a lot about the character of these guys, because I don't think you can really judge a team by just losing a game. I think you judge them by
there's different kinds of losses.
Yeah, exactly. So, but you also judge them by the will, because honestly, if you're losing half of the time and you don't have that fight, you're going to just let them beat you. But every time these guys know they don't supposed to be losing, or know they should have taken over the game much earlier, and they find themselves in that last drive trying to make something miraculous.
All of us that played in this division and played in this rivalry, it's the Phil Simms curse for real. like guys, it's like no matter how good we are, the Giants they were giving me trouble when we played, after I played, before we played. Is it something to it?
Well, the one year that we beat them twice, they won a Super Bowl that year.
Yeah, so even when we do beat them, they won up us by winning the Super Bowl.
That's the crazy part about it.
What is it? We don't have this problem with Philly. We don't have this problem with Dallas. It's something with the Giants. Think about it. Let's switch uniforms.
Yeah.
If you're the Giants walking in here, don't you feel like, all right, it's Washington, let's go? Like, seriously.
But why? I mean,
why is it?
It doesn't make any sense because it's different people, different coaches. And this matchup, I thought, Wink Martindale did a great job. Honestly, he deserves a ton of credit.
Yeah. Again.
Yeah, he kind of changed up what he does a little bit.
First half.
Kind of got away from kind of that all out. They brought pressure. But it was more 5-man pressure, kind of out of a Cinco front. They did bring some zone pressure. They did bring some kind of interesting pressures in that they played man with zone droppers kind of as the plug players.
Yep.
And just brought some different looks. And the other guy that I think you got to give a shout out to in this game is Dexter Lawrence. That dude was an absolute animal. And like early in the game, they got a lot of pressure with 4. And I think that when you look at them getting pressure with 4, it accelerated Sam's process. So there was times later in the game, like the ball to Logan Thomas in the red zone. That would have been for a touchdown. He's going too fast, right? It's a simple concept. It's a 5-yard out by the tight end. It's a flat by the back. You're trying to expand that hook player, get the post in behind it, and then you've got a shallow cross running to the 5-yard out, right? So when that Mike, the Tampa 2 player, matches the tight end, like throw the cross. You know what I'm saying? But I felt like he was so accelerated at moments in this game because of the pressure he was getting from Dexter Lawrence.
I think they anticipated it. And this is what I can say about Dexter Lawrence. We thought it was Nick Gates. We thought it was Lawson. It was Lawrence. He does this to everybody. He does this to everyone. But if, because we've been blocking well the last couple of weeks, you thought we had found the cure for it. But like you said, through that curveball with Wink saying, you know what? I'm going to drop in coverage like most of the other people playing in the first half and switch it back up to their heat in the second.
And that's something we were just talking about. I think this can probably be a question for you, Logan. We both play offense. I was looking, I feel like in certain situations I have been in, I've listened to so many quarterback coaches' conversations, especially being in that big team meeting room when we sitting there dissecting what we had to do. I remember Cal used to do something to RG that I hated a little bit because knowing how RG was so young, I didn't think it was going to affect him until I started seeing it affect him. And Cal would say, this was the second year, 2013. Cal would say, well, Tanner, RG, Tanner scored on this play last year, so they might be covering him. So if they cover him, we gonna hit this guy. And being a young quarterback, RG would look at that other guy
and never look at you.
And I'm wide the hell open. So that's one thing, but I've also been in those rooms where those same coaches, those kind of discussions goes on, and it's a counter. It's a counter to say, okay,
counterpunch.
We did this. We're gonna do it again. They blitzed us last time, so if they do blitz, we didn't hit this guy last time, so hit this guy. This guy should be wide open if they blitz. If they don't, if they drop back, that dagger gonna be wide open, or that guy screaming too. If you get two safety, he might be the throw. So I was hoping that that's the kind of mindset that we should go in this game with, saying, okay, we all know Wink going to blitz. He blitzed probably before they even got on the bus. You know what I'm saying? But I also had in the back of my head that what if he don't? Do we have that counter? Do we have that thing in Sam's head to make him speed up and not speed up that say, okay, don't panic. I didn't get what I thought, but I know I got this route coming on this play.
Let me throw it to the back.
You know what I mean? So I'm asking this to you really, as a OC, because you're OC right now in high school. So I'm asking you, do you set the guy up with those kind of nuggets, or is it just one of those things he has to feel and see throughout the play?
So I definitely think it's something you got to talk about, right? Because you're trying to make sure that the concept's good versus multiple different coverages, right? So if we're running this versus man and we're expecting man, like what happens if they do run zone? Let's make sure the quarterback has answers. And I do feel like the perception coming out of last night's game was that they didn't have answers. But when I went back and watched, I didn't finish the game today. Yeah. But I got through the third quarter, and when I watched it, I was like, man. The first interception's that post. It's wide open.
Yeah, wide open.
Need a little bit of a better throw from Sam. He'd probably tell you the same thing, right? The next sequence they come out, they run a keeper. It's wide open, right? I don't care zone or man. It's good, right? They get the run action. The hook player fits the run. Logan Thomas is wide open the flat. It's a fumble. Yeah. So, you never get into a rhythm,
a game flow
as a play caller, as an offense, and I think that's a big part of it early. And I thought there were sequences, right, where they go on, it was like a 11-play drive, run, pass, did some good stuff. They never got that big chunk play, but they did some good things, and they laid it on top, and then you get to that third drive, or the fifth drive of the game, and Chris Rodriguez fumbles, and it's like,
How can you?
We are our worst enemy. We are our own worst enemy because once we get the ball turning, here we go turning the ball over. And the worst thing you want to give a quarterback that's searching for confidence like DeVito is short fields. You give him short fields, he won't throw away from a touchdown at all times because at least he know I got to take care of the ball so we can at least get this 3.
Yeah, and I think like to your point, Dan, I thought like there were times where Sam looked like a little bit unsettled and uncomfortable, but he's a young player, man. I also thought he did some really dynamic things, you know, like the touchdown run was amazing.
That run showed moxie. When people ask what moxie looked like,
that's what it looks like.
That's him. The one thing we know about Sam, he could take a licking and keep on ticking. I think he didn't prove that. Like, toughness will not be questioned with this guy.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, it really comes down to the turnovers. I thought there was it was nice to see the run game going, too. That was something else I'd like to talk about real quick. I thought B-Rob had some really nice runs.
This wheel.
Yeah, there was a run kind of going into the 2-minute situation where they run the single back power to the right. He cuts it all the way back to the backside A-gap. That was beautiful. I thought Chris Rodriguez had an excellent game. Obviously, he fumbles. That's a huge deal, but I think you see what he brings from a patience and physicality standpoint that gets you excited. So there's a lot of good things there. Sam running the football, I thought he did a great job, but really offensively, it just comes down to turnovers, man. I like we could talk about this all we want, but I think there was enough. They weren't able to find explosive plays, which was tough, right? It's helpful to find those explosive plays, and they weren't able to possess the ball long enough.
Look, just to add to what you just said, talking about the momentum shifters. I had to go back to my notes because I wrote some notes when I was on. I do the little Fox 5 show that comes on Sunday mornings. I wrote minimize momentum shifters. And what I meant by that is just offensively, we have moments where we give the ball after we're doing so well, putting up,
kill our momentum and build
moving the chain. Cause we had like 20-something, first down. We're doing so well, and then we find a way to give them the ball. And like you just said, being our own worst enemies. Like to me, that shows a lot. That shows immaturity. If you ask me, that shows that
it does.
You don't understand that how big this moment is for us to have this ball, attain this, have the ball this whole drive, and finish it, because that can change. That can make the difference within our ball game, because we saw that. They was laying around waiting for us to just take it over,
to take the game from them.
And we just kept them in it.
I think that's a great point. Like, it's really like if we were able to manage this game a little bit better offensively, it's not even a contest. I think the defense stays aggressive. I think they keep blitzing. I think they
maybe break the record of 10 sacks and go 11-12.
The Giants have to get away from running the football. But when the game flow is such that it's so close, it's always on the table for them. And they can, and that good game flow really mitigates rushes. And it's your point, Fred. You brought this up too. It's like short fields. So on their first touchdown, it's they get to a 3rd and 10 or 3rd and 13 actually after a sack, and they get a completion on a first down where Benjamin St. Juste, we talked about this, jumps the hitch, hits the dig. The very next play is the touchdown to
Saquon.
And so that's 4 plays for a touchdown, right? And that's what the turnover gives you, because you turn over the ball on the 40
guaranteed points, it gives
43-yard line, something like that. So it's in your own territory, and that's just tough defensive ball. And obviously the defense needs to make a play. But that's just tough, man.
I got to ask y'all guys this, too, because we all have a consensus on if we could dress in a jersey, the new ones, we would all choose the black. We love the black ones.
It is true.
But are they turning into funeral clothes? Because we don't seem to win in them.
That's what you was on Game Day Live. What I said it's something about those black jerseys. When we play team, we supposed to win. Let's switch it. Let's play. So we wore them last year
against Dallas and beat them.
Dallas beat us. Dallas beat us. But I would rather play it in someone else's home with it, because especially a team that's likely to beat us. So if we go out and play well, then we switch to Juju. You see what I'm saying? But that Juju playing at home, for some odd reason, I don't know why, or when have FedEx Field become not a good place to play in, because you play against favorable competition. With your best unis on,
and you got your most turnovers at home. You got all. It seems to be at home. Maybe this. I said this earlier on something me and Jinx was doing, and I was like, maybe this team has a bunker mentality. Maybe they fare well when it's us against the world, and on the road, it's a us against the world mentality. So then they bring everybody in, and they actually play better on the road. Why not at home? At home, you're supposed to be at your freest. At home, you're supposed to weaponize the crowd. At home, your offense is quiet while it's going on. You would think, but they seem to relish in enemy's territory. And that's why I feel good about Thanksgiving. I feel better about Thanksgiving than I did about the Giants.
Well, you know, we got to do. Can we talk about the defense real quick before we move on to Dallas? I think we definitely want to talk about Dallas. So a lot of sacks, a lot of good things in this game.
No turnovers.
No turnovers.
Let's talk about it. So, because I chart the game. I go through every single play, and I chart it, and I give it a grade. I give it a green or a red, right? Green's good play, red's bad play. And so in the first half, there's maybe, first 3 quarters, there's maybe 6 total red plays. You know, like there's the scramble where DeVito gets the completion of Saquon. Doesn't hurt them because they punt. There's the touchdown. There's the completion of Benjamin St. Juste. There's and then 3 others, right? After that third quarter, after that big Saquon run, there's 5. There's 5 negative plays in the fourth quarter. You know, like either conversions on third, whatever it is, conversion third down, explosive run, explosive pass. And to me, it just was like, it felt like the dam kind of broke a little bit.
Yeah, wearing yourself down. When you put yourself in bad situations, now you got to try to play hero ball. Hero ball equals zero ball. Because if we ain't all playing together, all 11 of us, none of us succeeds. And what I see sometimes is long drives, they get tired, and they ain't got the tricks, the veteran tricks to get done. Like I was talking to Tanner in the hallway, and I was like, well, me and Sean T would have inverted that. Where Sean would have been literally coming down, and I'd be replacing him in the middle of the field. Did the coach tell us to do it? No. We've been studying all week and waiting on that formation, and this down a distance, and one of us finna go get it. That's when you know you together. Like we had such good communication in my defensive backfield. We only use sign language sometimes. Like we didn't really need to have the verbal conversations and cues because we said during the week, watch out for this, especially the third and long. They're gonna do this. We're gonna take this.
So.
Well, I ain't want to.
Okay, what's up, Tanner?
No, I mean one of the things that just stood out to me is just it goes back to complimenting football. You know, because if you look at our defense for the most part, we could sit here and talk all day about the green plays and the red plays, but how many opportunities, not even that, how many situations that our offense put them in those situations where they was able to have, the other team was able to take advantage of those moments. You know, like you come out of the halftime, you know, special teams fumble the damn kick return.
Oh my gosh!
See what I'm saying?
Defense forces a 3 and out there, by the way.
They did, but it's still a momentum thing.
It takes the breath out. It takes the air out.
Haven't really taken over this game offensively, special team wise, to really give our defense the momentum they need to now pin their ears back. You know, before they pinned their ears back in the first half because it was like, you know, a close game. It was no touchdowns being scored. But then once they say, okay, we're not gonna pin our ears back and we're gonna rush forward, and then they complete that, and okay, then now we gotta go back and play, you know, I guess a more civilized defense and try to get out these guys because they're converting on, you know, certain downs. So that's just my thing. I mean, we all have our different observations, but I'm just saying, complimenting football, especially at home against an opposing team that at their weakest, at their lowest, at quarterback, we should be able to take advantage of that.
We should be able to, but I say this, sometimes you win by attrition, and I just think least what I could take out of this game is at least they out of the Caleb Williams sweepstakes. Listen, no Caleb Williams for the next 15 years.
The other thing I wanted to just talk about briefly is I think the defense did a lot of good things. 9 sacks, did a good job with pressure. I think they did a great job of stopping the run.
K.J. Henry.
Stopping the run in the first half. Couple of big plays show up. You know, obviously there's that leak for a touchdown. There's the fullback out of the backfield, number 82 up the sideline on kind of like a rail pass post rail there. Jamin Davis. Yeah, and I think it's important to just kind of, this is like more of a historical context when it comes to defense, I think. Like Seattle cover 3, right? There was a point where that was the most dominant defense in the league. Right? Everyone was freaking out about Seattle cover 3 when Seattle was rolling back in like 12 or 13, maybe 14, something like that.
11, 12.
After that, when you get to like 16, 17, Seattle cover 3 is a joke because everyone knows how to beat it, right? But Seattle kind of understand that they need to evolve and adapt and move forward and kind of find different wrinkles. And so I think there is kind of this idea defensively that it needs to be acknowledged. There is a certain level of complexity to the defense because you're adapting to what offenses are doing
today.
But I do think that adaptation has to be tied with communication to me. And like, so when I'm looking at it, you can just tell they're not they're either not comfortable enough with the scheme to know the checks and know
when, and where.
Yeah, 100%, or that just something that's not being emphasized enough. Yeah. So I think that's something to just call attention to. Like, even though we say Seattle, they run a very simple version of cover 3, that has changed so much.
Tremendously. Yeah.
Right? It's changed so much to kind of fit what offenses are doing, and there's a lot of nuance and change that happens in that, even though it's really simple, right?
Yeah, but it's still cover 1, it's still cover 4, it's still cover 2, it's still cover 3, and it might be tweaked in some of these ways. I just think.
But what I'm saying is that they know every adjustment.
They know every way to
when
adapt.
They're in cover 3,
and they know also the weakness of cover 3 is 4 vertical.
And they know how to get that communicated and get that check. So I think that's important. Is like, if you just stay doing the same, if you get too simple as an offensive player, I'm like, great. Yeah. This is exactly what we want. Because, this is what you do when you're in man. This is what you do when you're in zone. This is what you do in cover 1. Great. We've got plays. We got concepts to beat that. It's easy to identify, right? Yeah. So it's about kind of presenting the illusion of complexity. You know, like when you watch Seattle, when we watched Seattle last week, watch them against our offense in the prep, it's beautiful because there's nothing overly complicated.
Nothing about it.
But they know every single
assignment football.
Right.
They know where and when and where to be, whose job it is.
Right. So I think that's going to do it for the Giants. And I don't know if you guys have any final thoughts. You feeling? No.
I'm just he who remains.
I'm
Tommy DeVito,
I think we're all a little drained.
Who remains at home.
Yeah, but just a reminder, we're brought to you by Bet365.
We are.
Right now, new customers can choose between 2 offers when they open an account at Bet365. Either first bet safely net $1,000 or bet 5 get $150. That is a weird, wordy read there, Jason.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365, the official sports betting partner of the Washington Commanders. And then we got the disclaimer. Fred, you want to hit that?
Disclaimer. Must be 21 plus and physically located in Virginia. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I think Tana did it better, actually.
No problem. You're an offensive guy. I look at this.
Just brought a little more energy. But it's funny because he's doing an impression of you. So he's
trying to be cool.
No, I was doing an impression of Tana. See, that's what y'all was missing right there.
You can't be cool. You just got to be cool.
Just got to be cool. All right. So it's Dallas week, man.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. Here we are. And, kind of a short week, quick accelerated prep for everybody.
Good it is a short week. It's good that it's a short week to get that stench out of here. Make you look forward, give you 72 legit hours to get ready. It's the holiday game, so you're the only show in town besides one other game. It's the game that you can either become a household name, a household lane. Yeah. It's one of the other. This is the game that make Washington players legendary. We got one right now. Like Tanner say half the time, they think I only played the Cowboys for 17 games a year, but I actually played other teams. Right. But he's known as the Cowboy killer. Tanner, tell us what this game can do for one of these guys in this building.
I mean, being a guy that came into this this organization had no clue about the rivalry. I mean, you know in every division you have those teams that you play twice a year. So you say all those are my rivalries, but for some odd reason, this Cowboy Indians game back in those days, that's what they used to call it.
Yeah, and that's why it was Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it was a little more, I guess you can say, riding on it. You understand? And
hostile.
I never knew. I had no clue. I remember that week leading into that second game of the season and seeing Beat Dallas shirts walking around with everybody in the building. I'm like, boy, this is different. Like, I just came from New York and I never saw the other team on our shirts.
New England.
You know what I mean? And it's Beat Dallas. It's Beat Dallas. And until we beat Dallas that night, Monday night, on the Monday Night Miracle, until we beat Dallas, I didn't understand that was Dan's first time beating them.
Oh, really?
In Dallas. It was so much other stuff behind that particular game with the triplets got inducted into the Ring of Fame.
Yeah.
So I guess that's why, Emmitt Smith, crapped on me later on in the year and told me and said I wasn't a good player.
First of all, don't listen to Emmitt.
I'm a Florida guy, and I'm like, damn, Emmitt.
Mama don't like Emmitt.
I grew up liking you, Emmitt. You gonna throw shade on me like that? Nah, but it's just crazy how much is riding on this game when it comes to just bragging rights. You got a lot of Dallas fans that stay here in the DMV, which is odd to me. Yeah, because I see a lot of houses that is divided.
No, it's the middle child syndrome. The middle child like to go left when everybody else go right. So the middle child syndrome
it's just odd it went way to Dallas. You know what I mean? I don't understand.
Because it's the rivalry. If you want to make mom and dad mad, You go against everything they believe.
Yeah.
If they believe in Washington, you go Cowboy. I've seen it too many times. Yeah. Think about it. When we play the Cowboys, all the fans that be in the stand, they live here. Yeah. These are not driving up from Dallas. Yeah. They are not flying in. They are born and raised the Washingtonians that love the Dallas Cowboys.
Absolutely. And so obviously there's a lot of history associated with this matchup. In this one, though, I'm kind of curious, Fred. How does the defense slow down this Cowboys offense? They got a lot of weapons offensively.
They do got a lot of weapons.
Cooks, Lamb, Gallup, receivers.
Dak Prescott is playing very well right now, but we know he, like most quarterbacks, can go through their ups and downs. CeeDee Lamb, I think he's the one that I'm giving more credit because he's stepping his game up. You know, I have battled with you on, is he a 1A, 1B? I
think he's a 1 right now.
No, and because he's still getting the 1 opportunities to show it. But I think they got some cracks in the armor. All right, Tony Pollard, he big play, but ain't been getting in the end zone because he can't run the A and the B gap. So some of the toughness left when Zeke left. And I think also that plays into the hands of what we like to do. Now, they are a more finesse team. When I look at Dallas on offense now, I think finesse. Throw the ball all around the yard, move the ball, but the most dangerous thing that's happening in Dallas right now is my old Bulldog brethren. Dak Prescott has realized every time I've been successful in this league is because I throw and run, not just throw the ball. Dak is at his best when he is a red zone threat to run the ball, and that's what he's doing now.
I think, too, something that no one is really giving the praise to this particular coach. Because a lot of coaches, people fail to realize, like we talk about coaching all the time. We talk about players, having an effect on the game. But I think there's some coaches that just have that something about them that can put you in situations, and then now your athletic ability kind of just thrive and say, oh, man, if it weren't for coach giving me this clue or giving me this nugget, I wouldn't have been able to make this play because now I could just athletically make this play. But Al Harris, man. Harris has those defensive backs over there playing.
Bland
is the backup to your boy Diggs. And he just tied the record for 4 pick 6.
But he got 7 more games.
But he got six picks on the year already. He got 4 of them touchdowns. So to me, I look at that and I'm like, damn, we would think you'd be talking about the other guy who they just brought in, Stephon Gilmore, which is playing exceptionally well too.
Yes,
but
he is.
When I watch these guys go to the sideline, the camera always goes to Al. And Al telling these guys, he's setting them up, letting them know, hey, if you see this, do this. You know what I mean? And that's the kind of guy he was. I remember the old game. I had to bring it up. Playoff game. And your boy, we talked about Seattle. We going to score. We want the ball. We going to score. And Al Harris jumped that thing and held it back. On him. And I'm like, man, what Hasselbeck was doing, it was a whole coin toss and everything.
Playing them Jedi mind tricks.
He talking about, we want the ball. We going to score. And I don't know how many plays was into the game.
2.
He threw a pick to Al Harris, and Al Harris was going down, going the other way with it. But I want to shine a little light on Al because I think that it helps to have that kind of a mind there that can help you, excel as a exceptional defensive back or whoever it may be.
Yeah, and we talk about the Commanders and how they're having a lot of issues in the back end of matching stuff up, and it is not that way with this with the secondary. They are dialed in.
Yeah, they are.
They play excellent in man-to-man coverage. They play excellent in match situations. They play excellent in cover 2, Tampa 2. They are fast. They're decisive to the football. I think a big reason they can play that way is because their defensive line is playing absolutely lights out.
Lawrence, the rest of these guys, and Michael Parsons, come on. At the end of the day, he is that dude, but guess what? One thing I was always taught when I first got into the league, Bruce Smith was my defensive end, the sack leader of all time when it comes to the NFL. By the way, Bruce still owe me money. But the one thing I used to notice being the corner on his side, first and second down, they running at outside.
Yeah.
And how you like, Bruce, well, why they running at outside? Because I'm a pass rusher. And listen, he pass rushing no first down. I'm like, they running at him, so I'm going to have to make these tackles. I'm going to have to have his back on this because that's usually the weakness of a pass rusher. You run at them first, second down. Now you throw the ball on third. They slower. They not coming off their ball the same way. So I would, and there go the thing about it. They knew Bruce was going to be on the left. You got to find Michael.
Yeah.
They move him around so much. You got to find him. But the teams that have had success against him, 49ers,
run the ball
right at him. Like that's what you got to do. Run it at him, tire him out. for he can't pass rush on the bonus down.
Yeah, but you got to be efficient running the football. And to your point, I think, you mentioned Harris, right, as a coach. I think Dan Quinn deserves a lot of credit.
Quinn gets all the credit.
I know, but I'm saying he, like,
defense.
watching the secondary, we just talked about how good they're doing in terms of matching up with guys, and then watching the front, man. Those guys are rabid dogs, man. They do such a great job of line stunts, moving Micah around, finding good matchups for him, and they have a 44% pressure rate. That's number one in the NFL. So when you're in a drop back situation, almost half the time
they're getting out.
They're getting some type of pressure, which is unbelievable.
You thought they would have took a step back because Vandalish got hurt, and you got Diggs hurt. You would think they would take a step back, but this shows Quinn and Quinn defense. Luckily, success breeds new jobs. Hopefully, Quinn won't be there too much longer.
But I think to your point, though, I think it just shows you again, like, when the rush is dialed in with the coverage. Like, when I'm watching the coverage, man, they do a good job kind of closing stuff up. But there's a little bit of space. Not a lot, but there's space. Yeah. But it's so immediate, the rush. It's so there that as long as they cover you up for a second, you're going to have a really hard time. So I think, when we look at the Washington Commanders offensive line, I think this is going to be a tough matchup. They got to kind of be really dialed in with their protection calls. How do we maximize our opportunities versus Micah Parsons? In terms of coverage, you got to win some man-to-man coverage situations.
Yeah, I've been saying you're going to have to beat some guys.
They play more man than I thought they did.
You're going to have to beat some guys a mano y mano. You're going to have to, I'm going to tell you who I would really, and he just had a hell of a game this week. B-Rob would be my guy. I would run the offense through B-Rob. So I'm running to pass the ball this week.
All right. As opposed to what you normally do.
Running to passing the ball, to run the ball. B-Rob would be my guy, and I tell him, you find number 11 as many times as you can, because B-Rob ain't the type guy that one person getting him down. He's proven throughout the year, it's going to take multiple y'all to get me to get on this ground. A couple of quarters of that, and now we can tone this game down. And we can have a chance to slow it down. See, we either want to slow it down, murk it up, and make it nasty for us to win, because I don't think we can go fast pace with them. Not in Dallas. And this is what I really want to see, because I'm so tired of it. I want to see either B-Rob, Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dotson score. Jump into the Salvation Army. Jump into that. It's about time a Washington player popped out of there.
Yeah, they probably will find them too. Well, some of the things too, man, that I'm hoping that, if it gets to that kind of game, I've seen it work, and like I say, I'm no coach, man. So all I can do is speak from what I'm seeing. But I see other teams do it against us. And when we bring in pressure, they bring a guy in to kind of be that chip man, and that's the guy that leaks out and catch the ball and have a long run.
The zone is bro,
it's the easiest completion that you can have. y'all wait
for the
I was looking at Jason. I was like,
write it down. He hears it.
You got that one, Jason?
He gonna deal with it later. You know what I'm saying? But it's the easy completion you can have. And I'm not saying you gotta run your whole offense on that. But some of those max protection formations might be needed more than often, this week. More than average, more, this week. Because I just feel like those guys are going to, they're going to have that time or two, especially being Thanksgiving, knowing it's primetime TV. Yeah. They pinning the mirrors back. They coming.
And I know that, this defense is playing really good. Pressure's getting there. Everything's looking really good for this Dallas defense. However, this offense has performed very well versus obvious man-to-man situations. Yeah. They've done a great job, right? Finding good matchups. Think about the Philly game. They run a lot of cover one. Yeah. They run a lot of man, a lot of cover three, and Sam dices that up. I think this is a little bit more complicated in the back end. They play man, they play two, they disguise really well. But if Sam can get comfortable and get a bead, I think this is a game where you could win some of those matchups.
What kills and slows down fast side-to-side defenses? Screens, draws.
Screens and draws.
Screens and draws. Force them to run side to side so they can't run vertically. And when I say early and often, I mean early and often. So I go from running the ball, screen draws, to pushing it downfield. Yeah. Any immediate routes won't help you this game.
I think too, man, think about it.
Go ahead.
Just talking about screens and talking about draws, we run that wide receiver slip screen so much, and you see that same kind of set where our guy who's on the point, he kind of runs out there and block that guy. Yeah. And when we gonna get the fake on that one? When we gonna get that guy who can come out there and boom, hit either the tight end or hit the outside guy? You know what I mean? Because we've run that before in Kyle's offense.
Yeah, I been say they did run that fake. They ran a fake screen with the wheel route. Yeah. And it came open, but we was on the sideline, and they couldn't get the throw in there. Yeah, okay. So they got it off of, but I think them out of plays you look for because guess what the rush does when I run a screen draw? They run upfield, but then they turn back and have to run back. So now the next couple of plays, they like, let me slow my rush down a little bit. So playing those Jedi mind tricks with them gives us a chance because we got it all the time because we were so aggressive. Like screen and draw, guys. Let's get ready to stop screen and draw.
I mean, the thing that you hate as a receiver, when you put that foot in the ground, you come back, turn around, and you can just see it in your periphery.
The DB coming.
Full steam ahead. Yeah. And you know there's only one guy that's going to block. You know what I mean? So you got, it's two of them. So who going to get the other guy? I got him. And before you even catch the ball, you getting tattooed. You know what I mean? So it has to come a point to where we show that. Because we do it so much that we hit the other, that other.
And that's why you got to run it with the tight end screens. You know, the tight end screen is a good quick hit right there. They let them get upfield, let them beat them, turn around, catch the ball. Right? I mean, running back screens too. I don't know if Antonio coming back this week. Maybe he do from the toe, maybe he don't. Yep. But, at the end of the day, I just think the plays in the passing game is going to be very important that the unusual suspect make them in this game. And that means the tight end, the running back, the slot man.
Yeah, and I agree. I think also another thing that is really helpful with the rush is quick game. And we've been very good at, that's been an effective tool for this offense. And I think the guys have shown they can beat contested catches. Like Terry is excellent at that, right? Logan's been excellent at that.
I'm about to cry.
What?
In my head, when you said quick game, all I seen was a blur of Bland running down the sideline.
So his interceptions, I went back and watched all of them just for fun. They've been a lot of missed throws. There was one
late throws,
bad balls.
But you got to make them pay.
He does, and the one early in the year was one where Saquon gets hit. Yeah. He's catching the ball, it pops up in the air, catches the ball. Mac Jones leaves one inside, so tough looks like that. He's making good plays. Yeah. But it's not like he's manufacturing the way that Diggs was a couple years ago. And then just real quick, let's touch on the defense. We mentioned CeeDee Lamb, all that kind of stuff. Anything you need to see from that group? How do you manage all those playmakers? You said it's a different offense. How do you manage those playmakers? It's
finesse. All right, we're gonna play finesse with strength. We're gonna play finesse with aggressiveness. The one thing I can say about CD, you are very much higher on CD than I am.
He's playing well right now, though.
He's playing very well.
He's playing phenomenal.
He's playing very well. But do you think besides Brandon Cook, because Gallup to me, I think he got fat rash disease. Since he got paid, he ain't been making no plays.
Oh, well, he also came off that knee, too.
Yeah, so. But he just ain't been himself. So besides Brandon Cook, would you be afraid to play them two-man under?
I mean, I would, because we've had a hard time with it.
That's going to be the safest bet for us with those guys on the outside.
I'm just saying. But the tight end, too. Give him some props. Yeah. He been putting that work in. Yeah. He been putting that work in.
He cooked us last year.
But
the
one
guy,
thing,
right?
Different guy.
If I told you that the team from last year was a lot more physical, and this team is a lot more finesse by the way they go about doing stuff.
Jake Ferguson, tight end.
Ferguson having a year. But if I told you they was more finesse, you would be like, all right, well let's call a more finesse defensive game and be ready for that. Yeah. Because Tony Pollard now, I don't know if you got him on your fantasy football league, but he's done nothing.
He ain't scoring no touchdown, but he getting a game. He gets some big games here and there.
But he can't run in the A and B, and that's taking their physicality.
Well, he had one of his biggest runs this past weekend, and one of them A, one of them gaps.
No, he was in the C gap.
No, but I think, like, to your point, like, they're definitely throwing the ball a little bit more. They're not as effective running the ball. The offensive line for them is playing lights out. Tyler Smith is one of the best graded guards by PFF in the NFL. They are a really good offense. I just am curious to see what Jack comes up with. Do you pressure it? Do you play two-man? Do you disguise a bunch of different stuff? In that comment you read by St. Juice, obviously they want simpler, but I feel like simpler in this case, maybe not the best, because they are a little bit more straight up. It's like, we're just going to run our offense. Not a lot of pre-snap motion, so maybe that helps, maybe that hurts, but that's going to be a really interesting matchup. How do you match up with those receivers, and do you think we can do it? So ultimately we'll have to wait and find out. But just a reminder, we are brought to you by Bet365. This is our NFL payout offer, Fred, so don't let me forget that.
I'm not.
Get your straight bets paid out or parlay selections marked as winners when your team goes up by 17 points.
No matter what.
Regardless of whether the opponent comes back to win the game.
Cold cash.
You said this happened earlier this season, Fred.
Yeah, it happened in Denver, if I'm not mistaken, with old Reverend Wilson.
Yeah, so just to be clear, when your team goes up by 17 points, they have paid out. Bet365 has paid out 52 times this year as of 11/9. So that's awesome job. You mentioned they got the Commanders in here.
Yeah.
So 4 times this season, both the money lines have been paid out because the NFL early payout and the end result in the game. So really cool deal. I feel like you're getting free money there a little bit.
I feel like it's one of those times where you will forget that they up 17 and forget you won that money until Bet365 send you your money.
Right. So whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Bet365, the official sports betting partner of the Washington Commanders. Is it my turn to read the disclaimer now?
Why not?
Okay. Must be 21 plus and physically located in Virginia. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is probably like losing his mind. Ain't he UCLA, right?
He is UCLA.
He's just ashamed of you right now.
Wow, that was the best read. I think I beat all you guys. I had like nice voice inflections.
I give it to you.
Up and down.
All I'm saying is UCLA is it's an academic school, and then we got you.
I mean, am I disappointing that academic standard here?
No. You're not.
I think that's what he's implying.
No, I'm not.
Shade, man, you know.
It's all right.
Fred gonna throw a little shit.
So now, because it is Thanksgiving, Fred.
I love it.
We have Thanksgiving sides auction. Draft auction.
This is how it's going to be. We're going to do only sides, no meats. I don't know who thought of that. I don't know who thought of that because Thanksgiving.
Jason's here. Jason thought of it.
Yeah, this was my idea. We've done this before.
Well, it's gluten-free Thanksgiving with Jason?
That's right, yeah. We've done a draft before with Thanksgiving. We did it last year on Command Center.
Yeah, I remember.
So we're just changing it up a little bit.
Yeah, I remember one year I smoked Julie in this. Like she went like something crazy first off.
Come on, Julie is probably just going to get green beans.
And she took no meat, which was tough because you had like turkey and ham.
Yeah.
And like,
you had already won.
Yeah, and that's it. So that's why we're getting rid of the meats.
All right.
Because, I mean, honestly, that's what you do at Thanksgiving anyway. That's what I do. I get a little bit of turkey, a little bit of ham, maybe a little bit of something, but it's mostly sides, right?
I can't tell. Your body look like you eating meat.
Oh, my gosh.
Thanks, Fred. Well, let me tell you, you know.
Thanks, Fred.
Tana used to call me Skinny J.
You told me to stop.
No. Yes, because I was getting self-conscious. But then you said, Tana, you were like, no, I'm going to keep calling you that to motivate you. Yeah. But then you stopped. And so
because you lost your motivation.
So I'm blaming this on Tana.
I feel guilty.
Hey, because Jason goes down to the cafeteria and be like, yeah, just give me some gluten. That's it. He's crossed
all the gluten.
Nah, but Jaden did say that, you know, he had a different kind of motivation too at that time. So when you tell me you're going to get back on that motivation tip that you was on last week,
he got a newborn. He got a child. He's not losing weight.
So here's the thing. I went to the doctor and the doctor's like,
oh, he going to blame it on
come on.
Nah.
Like, what are you doing here?
He said that.
Like, yeah, they're like, come on. You're young.
Well, you lost a bunch of weight.
I lost a lot of weight.
For the wedding, right?
Yeah, but, well, of course, yeah. It was for the wedding.
Yeah, I hate people that do that.
Right?
You lost it for the wedding only to get fat in marriage.
All right, well, let me, okay.
Stop.
Okay.
Say sorry right now.
I
apologize. To be clear, it wasn't for the wedding. It was for my wife.
Okay, for your wife.
She's like, she was like, I'm getting in good shape. You need to look good in the pictures too. Like, go through this with me. And I was like, sure.
So you just look like a floating head just in the picture.
Yeah, basically. And then she got pregnant real fast. And then it turned into like
the baby did it though.
No, it's survival mode, man.
Right, yeah.
You gained a lot of weight when
whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, listen,
so
we've all been
you was
there.
eating with her. So I've been there before.
You eat for 3.
Yeah. So I need to get back. After the holidays, I think I'm really going to grind.
You don't really look that bad. If you judge it, I'm really not that good.
Well, Fred, I'm a good-looking guy.
No, your hair is some of the best hair I have ever seen in my life.
I'm jealous of your
So
hair.
this thing too, Jason, that's a great thing to do. Right after the holidays, January, started off the new year. And you don't have to tell anybody your New Year's resolution because everybody who tell the New Year's resolution, they never, go through with it. So I did that before a couple of years back when I retired in 2014. Well, I retired. 2014 was my last year playing. 2015, I wasn't sure if I was going to retire or not. I was still sitting out there. And after 8 weeks, I looked at myself like, there's no way someone's going to call me and I'm going to be ready to go play. So I'm like, I'm going to retire. But I was in school at the time, too. So after that 2015 school year, I was getting my master's. I realized that getting my master's had me stressed and I was eating. I said, man, come January, I'm finna get to it. I ain't tell nobody. 2016, I came back. I had lost all the weight that I gained, being sitting home. So if I left the season in 14 at 194ish, I was probably about 200 again. I mean, but I go to 200 quick.
Yeah,
it's not something that just.
I thought you were like 220.
No, I wasn't crazy. But that's just certain for a guy like myself at 5'10", you don't want to carry that kind of weight. You know what I mean? It don't look good on you. So
I probably need to lose some weight,
it's 2023. Just go get you some Ozempic.
Dude, I heard that's like messing people up.
I don't think so. So here's the thing. I've done it before. I know I can do it.
You've done Ozempic? Right? Oh, no, you
I've lost weight. Like, I know I can do it.
Work out, eat less bullcrap.
That's right. Eat the portion control. Eat the right thing.
Easily said than done.
Calorie
No, but it's crazy,
Yes,
man.
but I've done it before, so I know it's possible.
Yeah.
How much weight did you lose the first
I
time?
also played in NFL before.
I lost 40 pounds the first time, but I did it in like 4 months.
Yeah,
like,
I
it
was
was
gonna say,
very
he did that shit
fast.
You did
right?
get skinny.
So did you have like loose skin and turkey neck?
No, I didn't.
Jason looked good. You remember, man? I was like,
Hey,
I was Skinny Jay.
he actually really looked like Thor. Then when he lost all that weight, I was like, damn,
Hemsworth. Looks like Hemsworth.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got that
mean,
face.
the only place he looked like Chris Hemsworth at is right here by the cusp of his elbow.
I have a feeling my wife would agree with Fred.
Hey, that's f***ed up, dog.
Ain't nobody ever drove past him and be like, "Is that Chris?"
When he was Skinny Jay, though.
No. So
Well,
Jason
Skinny
is,
Jay looked good, but I wouldn't say Thor good.
but no, I'm just saying he has that face. He has that look.
Yeah.
He has the beard thing
that
going.
beard,
For,
like,
he has
hey,
the
listen.
beard things going. He had that lock. He had them locks up there. Like he just.
I see him at his desk all the time.
Yeah, gotta get it out of my gotta get it out of my face, man. Yeah, I think the heart. Sorry, I'm harping on this. This is important to me.
Listen,
I gotta be healthy. I got a little girl, right? I gotta be healthy.
You gonna do it, bro? I'm gonna be your motivation again. I'm gonna go ahead and remind you.
I'm hyped now.
Yeah, we're on your team.
The hardest thing for me, I think a lot of people probably relate, is that I stress eat. Yeah. Right, like that makes me feel comfortable.
And you don't even know you're doing it.
You don't know, right? Yeah. And then B, I hate just straight exercising. If that makes sense, like I hate running. Yeah. I hate just doing it.
Gotta get a bite.
But if somebody throws, I'm like a dog. You throw a ball, I'm gonna go chase it.
Yeah.
So organized sports,
You need to trick yourself.
that's what I love doing to work out.
Swimming? You like swimming?
Smooth always talking about he swim.
I love the water.
He ain't
I grew up in the
swim
pool,
since
but I
the damn pool in Mississippi.
Hey, I be in lifetime backstroke, and I'm talking about
He ain't swim since
I can tell you don't
summer
swim just the way your
program in
arm went
Mississippi.
right
Hey, listen, I'm in there like the fish.
No,
just pulled my pec
because you
right
know how I know when Smoot don't swim, because one thing about swimmers, their torso is like lean as hell.
Like Michael Phelps.
And he gonna talk about I look more like a football player now. Yeah, you're right.
Hey, listen,
you like a 3 technique, a
That
little
what they
bit, a
call
skinny
me.
3 technique.
Michael the Fish Phelps. When I'm in that
That's what
water,
they call you?
I float.
Boy, please.
Oh, so we can do this side thing? Or
Yeah, let's do it. All right, so here's how it's going to work. You're each going to get 10 commander coins.
All right, commander coins.
All right. And we're going to throw out a side. We'll go in order. You just say a side.
Yeah.
And
so they bid on my side.
How much you want.
Yeah.
Right? You bid on it first.
Yeah.
You get the choice.
Yeah.
And then, so we're going to bid on them. And then if you really want it, bid on up. But each of us is going to get 3 sides.
All right.
All right?
Does gravy count as a side?
That's a good question.
No.
It goes on the.
It goes on the side.
I know, so we don't.
But you
we
can
don't,
pour it over
we
a
don't
bunch
have,
of
We
things.
don't
Just
have
say
to.
mashed potatoes and gravy.
Yeah.
Yeah, just do that.
That's
I
one
think
whole
that's
side.
fair. Yeah, it's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Right. So because you only have 10 commander's coins, you can't bid on something for 10.
Yeah.
Because you need to fill your other.
So what if we
spots.
bid on the
Highest you
same
go is
thing?
Then I can
Whoever has the
outbid
highest
you.
one.
Yeah, if
Whoever
you
has the
really
highest
want
one.
it, you can
Whoever
bid 'em.
gets to that highest number first.
Yeah.
So if you're like,
Are we including desserts?
No. Sides.
Well,
I'm open.
Pies?
Do we want to do? Do we want to do
So
desserts,
I only
or do we want to do
if
just
someone
sides?
outbid me from my side, I don't get it.
Then I got
That's
less.
right. So if you really want it, say like I want mac and cheese $8.
Yeah.
Like that's it. It's mine now.
you get
Right,
it.
but you only have 2. You only
only
have
have
2
two.
left.
So
$2
what I pay for is what I. So
That's
if somebody
it. That's how much you take out.
So if he outbid me for that side, I have to go and find another side.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh Lord have mercy.
Oh, Lord.
But if you want it, throw it out. $8. Nobody else
I
can
got
bid
the ultimate
higher, right?
side in my head right
Commander
now. I'm
coin.
ready to break the bank for it.
Okay.
All right, well, go ahead, Fred.
Yeah, what
You
we
can
got?
start.
Start it off.
Yeah, start it off.
The best side of all times, dressing. Not stuffing.
I'm pretty high on dressing, actually.
Dressing. All right?
What are you going to pay for it?
$6.
What's the difference between dressing and stuffing? Just so we're
They're
clear.
very
Dressing
similar.
is made from cornbread. Stuffing is made from croutons and crackers.
Yep.
And your mama make a good dressing.
Yeah, so I'm going $6 for dressing. Anybody want to outbid?
But what I'm saying is like, is the difference
what-
between stuffing and dressing enough for $6, or could I get dressing for $4? You know,
Nope.
sounds like
You mean
a good-
stuffing?
Stuffing, sorry, stuffing.
No,
for $4.
I'm going
He can have
dressing.
stuffing. He can have stuffing.
No, he most definitely.
I ain't gonna bid on
He
that at all.
pumpkin pie.
All right, well, it's good to know.
But I ain't gonna bid on his dressing either.
I'll do 7.
You doing
it's-
7?
It's the number one for
It is.
me,
It is
so
a
I
pretty.
gotta-
It's a pretty big one.
It's a good one.
It's
I'll do
elite.
7.
It's
What's that?
elite.
I don't want to give up 8
For the
it,
dressing, for
but
his dressing.
for
Oh, he
dressing.
asked for
So
7.
he's
Oh, so
he's
you
up
got-
bid.
He asked for
He
6.
outbidded me. He
So
outbidded me
you
already.
How
gonna
many
go
coins we
8?
got? $10.
Yeah,
You
10
can go eight.
commander
If I go
coins.
8 of
10 Commanders coin.
No,
$10
you're above.
worth
So
of
you went
Commanders
7.
coin.
You went 7,
Yeah, 7.
So you can
so
go
I
8.
can go 8.
You can go 8,
You're gonna burn,
and then I
you're gonna
can't
burn all your
outbid
money
you.
the first.
Dressing is.
But it's
I
it's
feel
a
like
hell of
dressing is a
one.
meal
It's
in
the number
one.
one pick.
But it's a
you
hell of a
know?
one.
Yeah.
It's so I had my godfather used to put like sausage and stuff.
Yeah, that's
in it.
down south type thing.
That's good, man.
So-
That's dressing though.
Yeah.
So my question is, since you went up 7 for yours,
I can go 8.
You get it, or you went 8 with it.
I can go 8.
So he outdid it. So you still have your $7 left.
I have all 10.
He gave all 10.
I haven't-
Okay.
I haven't-
And Fred,
So he only got $3
Are you
left.
up bidding?
Yeah.
He got 3. Oh no, he got $2.
You went
left.
8?
So
I'm going 8.
8. All right, so
okay.
that's Fred's. We can't outbid him.
That's a
You
pretty
can't
good
bid
one.
him. I'm going
I mean,
dressing.
that is
I'm
a
all
solid
in
one.
on it.
So I want macaroni and cheese for $4.
Ooh, they're gonna
You
be a
have
batter.
it. You have it.
You don't like mac and cheese?
I did
mean-
that. I did that strategically because I say I got Jason and you left. Fred already done spun his. So I'm only gonna go $4 for my macaroni and cheese.
So the only other
which
black
is-
guy can
which
want that
is-
mac and cheese?
Hey, how you like that, Jason? That's good.
Yeah.
try to come over here.
You
I'm
ain't
not
no
a
mac
big
and cheese.
So $4 for mac and cheese.
Yep, he got it for $4, half of what I paid for dressing.
I know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
Dressing's
do
a big one though.
I know.
I mean,
Listen,
it's a big one.
I feel like it's a meal in
I
itself.
think
you don't have to have
I'm not gonna
Justin
bid on
do
it.
I'm not gonna bet on it. I think you got it.
You got
Okay.
it. So that was $4. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 and you got mac.
So I got
What you
$6
got?
left.
I'm going green
$6.
bean casserole for $1.
You can have it.
Yeah, I'm finna
That's
say,
what I
have
feel.
all the
He's
green
a smart
beans.
man
beans
too.
added.
He's a
I
smart
want it.
man too. He only use $1.
All right, I'll do $2.
That's all he's
Oh, okay, there you go,
$2.
Jason. Make him work,
That's
Jason.
all it's
If
worth.
you want it, you got to pay a little
Yeah,
more.
there you go,
don't do
Jason.
$2. I'll do $2.
There you go, Jason.
You don't want it.
$2.
I know you don't
I know I
want it.
don't want it, but I can get other things with it. And a little healthy
Green
thing.
bean
Skinny
All right.
Jay's here. He's got to have some
$3.
green beans. Right? All right, yeah.
Okay.
Way to make him
They
spin.
finna go fight with it.
I might need to bet my last $2 on it.
You only get $1
I'm
on
going,
one.
hey, so go, Jason. You gotta go one because you don't ain't got no meal yet.
Okay, I'll do mashed potatoes.
Okay, you
You can
that.
have it. I got dressed.
You can have that, son.
Well, for what?
You know what I mean?
For
Mashed
$2.
potatoes is not really that big
Mashed
for me.
potatoes for $2.
Thanksgiving.
Never.
You can have it.
Yeah, I don't put that on my plate.
$2.
I get that at Kentucky Fried Chicken
Damn,
every Thursday.
I underestimated.
I get that every Thursday if I want.
KFC.
With dressing,
With dressing? You mean
with
gravy?
gravy.
You always put gravy on it.
Yeah, you know, who ought to just
do?
give me mashed
Man,
potatoes?
if you just eat mashed potato, I want to know what you putting in it.
I want something. I want something else.
If he
but I
is that
don't-
creamy.
I'm gonna let you have it. But I want something else.
Oh,
But I think these.
thanks for
two-
letting me have that.
These two guys are.
So go for it because you only got $2 left.
I'm finna be as black as possible.
You only got $1. So
I got $2.
But you have to have
But
3
you
items.
you have to have 3 items, so you can only
Well,
spend $1.
the only other person, and I think because he eats so bland, he ain't gonna worry about it. I'm gonna go collard greens.
I want it for $4.
You can have it. I'm not gonna pay.
Fred ain't gonna get it. He only got 2. He can't spend it. He can't afford it. Give it to me for $4.
That boy said, "Get no, not them greens."
Hey,
So I'm
All right, Tana gets it. Tana gets it there.
I see that none of the other dudes. None of y'all
I was waiting for it. Hold on. I was waiting for him to say green.
I know. I was like, he's gonna say it. And then you're probably gonna. $4. I
terrible.
might have been on it for 3 though.
What you got?
Is it my turn? Tanner's turn.
I just outbid him for his green.
Yeah, but you get to go. You get to pick one.
So I got my last. I got my last.
You have $2. You get to pick whatever you want. Throw $2 on it. You
With
don't-
$2,
Yeah.
I want my mama's famous blueberry cornbread. $2.
I don't
It's
even
your
think I
mama's?
ever had blueberry corn.
For $2?
I haven't had that, but
I
that
know,
sounds
that
really
sounds really good.
But you don't want it on your plate, right?
I'd go $3 for that.
Okay.
Good way to throw that hate.
What do we got?
Hey, but you know what?
I ain't forgave him since he stole them greens from me.
Hey, it's my mama's on, so you ain't gonna really be able to get it.
That sounds so good. Yeah. If I win this, do I get to try some someday?
Yeah, I'll bring some in for you, man.
$4?
So is it Logan turn?
No,
he said 3, right?
I said 3.
Yeah,
$4. But he still got to bring up a side.
Yeah, you can go higher. You got $7.
I got $7.
He got $7.
And how much money you got? How much money you got left?
I only got $2.
How much money you got left, Jay?
8.
My last $2.
Yeah, you got me on the $3 for the green beans. Get out of here. You can have it. I don't want it.
Oh yeah. All right. So the blueberry cornbread, Santana's.
That thing fire too, boy.
Your mom's, right?
My mom's, boy. Old Nats.
Mama Nim.
That's famous blueberry cornbread.
That sounds so good.
Look like cake.
Oh, it probably tastes like cake.
Oh, and it ain't jiffy.
I bet you that's so good.
What you finna do?
Sweet potatoes.
Ooh, yams are what they call.
Yeah.
Yams.
How much you going with your yams?
How much you got? $2?
Yeah, you got to spend the house on
$3.
I want them yams.
$3. Good luck, Fred.
I ain't got but 2 left.
So that's it for me, right?
Yeah.
How much did you spend on it?
3.
3.
Oh yeah, I'm happy, man. I'm living right now.
You still got $4 though.
I know. I'm living, man.
You got dessert money.
I'm living.
Do you?
Feel like you went to Piccadilly.
Yeah, he damn sure went to Piccadilly.
You got something cheap out there.
What
you got, Jay?
Golden Corral. That's where he went.
Jay,
So yeah. So
you got mashed potatoes?
how does cranberry fall in?
Oh, that should be a side. That should be a
That's a topping. It's like gravy.
Well, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
Because I'd probably.
It's a side I want to put on my plate. Yeah.
You don't want to?
I do not want.
So I'd probably bid on that. But
All right.
here we go.
All right, does this count? Man, I'm trying to find
What else we
avenues.
got? What
You
else
said
is
yes,
a lot
but-
now.
I got one in my head right now. Nobody talking.
So my aunt brings every year a sweet potato casserole. Does that count as
That's
well?
the same
That's
thing.
Too much with the yams?
The yams,
Man,
same
yams
thing.
I got
covers
it.
it.
But it's kind of
No, but that's
different.
what
though.
I told.
Yeah,
It's
but
cooked
it
different.
is a little different.
One
casserole is
it's
cooked.
only about.
It almost looked like mashed potatoes,
Yeah,
but it's just
one
sweet.
is
I want
whipped
yams.
and one is still served
Yeah,
solid, but they the same thing.
I want the whipped one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So think about this.
So he
What
wanted
about-
the whip one.
No,
See?
but I'm saying I have a monopoly on yams.
Yeah, he got them all.
So get out of here.
Yams. Check this out.
okay.
What about broccoli, rice,
Right.
and cheese casserole?
Can't touch it.
Broccoli, right? Wait, is that what you want?
Broccoli, rice, and like it's
Yeah,
broccoli,
it's a
chicken,
one
and
thing, yeah.
cheese casserole.
You got that by yourself.
I kind of want that actually.
Go get me.
Hey, I'll throw it out. I'll throw it out there.
Throw it out there.
Broccoli casserole,
How much you spending on it?
$4.
Shit, I can't get in there.
Yeah.
Well, I got
$4?
one for me though, because I know this dude can't possibly buy this. And I know we the only two in the room gonna want it.
What is it?
It's my go right now, ain't it?
Yeah, it's your go. You can only spend $1 on it.
He took
He
$2,
took-
right?
No,
got
you have
$2.
$2, but you only have one thing.
He already got the collards. I'm gonna go cabbage greens.
I don't know.
Somebody else put
I would have gone. I would have
Cabbage green,
gone
cabbage
collards, but I don't know.
No, collards.
I know. I would have bid on collards.
No, we
but
got
I'm
this
not
the
gonna-
first cabbage, and I'm willing to put my last $2 on it.
Well, you can only do $1.
You only could do $1. You need
You have
3.
two spots.
Are you gonna hate him right
Well,
now?
you ain't finna double green
No,
it.
I ain't messing with
Yeah.
you.
And
Yeah.
you don't mess with
I would have gone.
Hey, you
if you
cool.
would
All right,
have
with me,
if you
you got
would
it.
have
You
gone
got it.
greens for
You
$1,
got it.
I would have gone $2 for greens.
You can
But
have it.
Cabbage greens?
Yeah, cabbage. Savage cabbage.
I'm trying to think what else.
Oh, it's lots of other stuff.
It's a lot of stuff, man. I just got it sitting top of my head right now. Go ahead, now. I'm out to you.
This is my last thing, right?
Yeah, and you got $4. So if you say $4, no one can get it.
Yeah, he
Like,
want
got
4.
it.
You got to say $4.
Yeah,
I'm
this
trying
is
to think if
yours.
there's something that I'm like forgetting.
Oh, it always is.
What are some other sides? I'm thinking of stuffing right now. That's the only thing I got in my head.
Nah,
Nah,
not really.
Yeah,
you can.
there's like succotash you could
got-
do.
you got rice,
like
whatever kind of
something
rice
with
you
that,
like.
I do like
Carrots.
rice.
Nobody did carrots yet.
Don't you like potato salad
Yeah, like a potato salad. Yeah, for
with
sure.
raisins in it?
Get some rolls, right? Fresh baked
rolls.
bread or something like that.
Yeah, if it's them
gonna go-
Aussie rolls from Sweetwater.
It's the rolls that we had downstairs. the
Yeah,
other day,
them
boy.
sweet rolls,
Them
yeah. 'Cause
Because I
things,
don't
boy.
have which you have. What was your,
I got dressing and
So I don't have dressing, but I'll do stuffing because we have gravy, right?
Yeah,
So
you
I'm
can
gonna
put
do
gravy
stuffing. I'm
on.
gonna
it.
do
You gonna do
stuffing.
All
something.
right, stuffing for $4, it's yours, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, I'm living. Green beans, yams, stuffing.
You got a complete
I'm-
meal right
I'm
there.
So-
crushing it right
and
now.
so-
All right, it's
but I got
between you
dressing
two.
and cabbage.
Who? Oh, me and Fred?
Yeah, you and Fred, but you can take this by just saying $2. You only lose $1.
I'm going potato salad.
Potato salad.
And guess what? That's what I have on my plate.
What do you have?
Macaroni, greens, and potato salad.
That's
That's
solid.
good.
That's solid.
Solid meal.
Solid plate. Macaroni.
All right, Fred, for $1. This is it. What do you want?
Yeah, he got nothing left though.
Oh, I got some. It just I ain't got but $1, so I ain't trying to say the.
Well, we all filled out.
Yeah,
So
you all
So it's just me, period.
It's just you. You get whatever you want.
What I don't got. All right, we do got the green beans.
You ain't got no
we got no peas.
the rice and peas.
Beans.
Oh.
So it's either black-eyed peas or lima beans.
Ooh, or pigeon peas and rice. That's another.
That's what I'm saying.
What was the first part of that?
Pigeon peas and rice.
Pigeon peas.
It's pigeon peas.
Peas.
Oh,
Pigeon
yeah.
peas.
They like a lima bean. Just
I like that. That'd be good.
Hey, I am a black-eyed
It's fine.
pea guy, but I love lima beans.
Lima.
So you
I'm
got,
going lima beans.
So you got lima beans and cabbage.
Yes, lima beans, cabbage, and dressing.
So here we go. I'll run it down for you, and our fans can vote.
So our fans
I'll put
gonna
a
vote to see
poll
who
up.
got the best side.
Yeah, I'll put a poll up on Spotify.
Let me just go
that
ahead.
you can vote,
Make sure you
and
put
then
the
comment.
what you call them crown on my head, like, because I'm pretty sure they're gonna crown me.
Did
You
he
know what I
get
mean?
green beans?
I
All
ain't
right,
never been this confident.
So here we go, Tana. You're so confident. You got mac and cheese,
That's
pretty
collard
solid.
greens,
That's
potato salad.
Tastes so good, make you want to
I
slap
feel like
your
that's,
mama.
pretty good.
I feel like that's a barbecue though.
Yeah, I've been
That's
saying the
pretty
only
good.
thing that
It's a
actually got
barbecue.
meat
Say
in
what
it
you
is
want.
the greens.
Say what you want. I'll
with
show you.
anything.
I'm gonna take
I know,
a picture
but
of
I'm
the plate when I go home this weekend and show you. It don't look like no barbecue when you put it on that plate.
Yeah.
All right, Logan. Logan's
But you can't eat that though at a barbecue. Not saying you can't.
Yeah,
eat
yeah.
that
I'm
at a
just saying, but
barbecue.
I feel like I get that at a
But
barbecue.
that's
All right,
more
what
of a
Logan
home.
got?
All right, Logan's
a
got
southern
green
meal.
beans, probably in a casserole. I would say.
Yeah, casserole.
Yams.
Yep, crushing
And
it.
stuffing.
Yams.
I'm crushing
He
it.
lost it
another
with
good
the
one.
stuff.
Dude, but I mean, like I had
Stovetop stuff.
Dressing is better than stuffing.
It's better than
Like-
stuffing, but I had to go with this.
You had to get a substitute.
I had it tiered out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was $8 for that was
Now,
too much.
just to be honest with you guys, what I would prefer on my plate with that combination I have. So I'm all about combinations. I would like to have. I can't eat the potato salad and the macaroni and cheese, but I can eat the macaroni and cheese, the collard greens, and
Yes.
the candy yams.
Oh, and the yam. All right.
Now that's a better combination.
That's a better combination.
But
The
I
potato
had to
salad
say
hurts you.
potato salad because that's another side that I like.
Yeah.
that
And
I
it's
can,
cold.
that I
It
know
hurts
no
you.
one else
I mean,
has.
the yams was a big deal for me.
Yams is
for $4.
great.
All right, Fred, we're going to save yours. I had mashed potatoes,
Whack.
broccoli casserole,
Nah, that's good.
and Tana's mom's blueberry
dude,
cornbread.
that is
I
the
think
steal.
that's the steal.
Yeah,
that's
that
the
is
late
the
round
steal.
steal.
That's the steal.
I wanted
of
that.
the
When you described that, I was like,
Yeah,
man,
But
that sounds
he
pretty
ain't got no greens to put that
I got the
cornbread.
broccoli casserole.
You
What
don't
are
put
talking about?
cornbread on broccoli casserole.
Yeah.
Like
There's
That
green
cornbread,
chicken,
though,
bro.
that
It's
greens,
green.
baby. A little green juice in that damn
what
cornbread.
you're
You know that green juice stick
listen,
over a little bit.
When you eating it with that human fork, when I hit the kitchen like
And that thing a
this,
little soggy
Put on the camera,
outside.
Fred. Put on the camera. What's
when
your
I hit the thing like that, that's when you know it's real. You the little hand, it's the strongest.
Fred with the number one pick with dressing.
That's a big
A
one.
lot of money spent there.
Hey, that's Joe Burrow. Right? When you hit the draft with Joe Burrow, that's what it looked like.
Good point.
Cabbage greens and lima beans.
Listen, I'm getting all the substance. I don't think I'm missing this cornbread.
Yeah.
Which I do got cornbread because my dressing made from cornbread.
You should have done cornbread.
Nope. I didn't want to be close to Jason. Okay. I wanted mine because everybody, I want them to
You
eat
had the last pick, man. It could have been anything you wanted.
My last pick was Sam Howell. That's who I chose.
Lima beans.
Sam Snow.
I think we're all happy with ours, right?
I'm pretty happy.
Everybody's happy with
Pretty
ours.
happy.
I'm happy with mine. That cornbread sounds delicious. Objectively stepping back, Tana's pretty well rounded here. He's got well rounded.
Let the fans sort that out.
Yeah,
That ain't
let the
for
fans.
us.
Yeah, I don't want to.
they gonna tell the truth.
Fans don't care what I have.
I think the potato salad. Maybe I don't like potato salad.
Yeah, I
really,
think it kind of brought his score down with the potato salad.
But the mac and cheese and the
Because if you're from the
greens.
South, you know we eat potato salad on Thanksgiving.
Are there
First of
raisins? I'm not
all,
saying
you
you
from the
don't.
no. I'm just talking Fred. I'm
Yeah,
talking
oh,
Fred,
and that's why I skip
First
it
of all,
during Thanksgiving.
it's so many different sides on there. You pick your own combination.
Yeah.
So that's how I'm used to growing up. Where I'm at a house, a family member's house, and all those sides that we talked about is there.
Yep.
So it's up to you to say this is what I want to go with what.
Yep.
And so, like I told you before, I would rather pick the candy yams.
Yeah.
But you took that.
Yeah,
Yep.
I did.
And so my next best side that I feel like that I can
pretty good
eat
about that.
on my
But
plate.
see, that's why we
potato
should have had
salad.
at least one meats in there, man. It ain't ever.
Cause tell me you don't like the way that potato salad tastes with that ham sitting next to it.
That's what I'm talking about. That honey baked ham.
All right.
Come on now.
Just assume it's
Tell
there.
me that,
and
man.
does this potato salad have raisins in it?
No, this one don't have no raisins.
No, sir. No,
I tell you
no
one thing.
fruit, X-fruits and out.
Hey, so this potato salad here would be my grandmother's, my dad, mom. That was her recipe. It done got passed down by so many people, but it tastes the same. And when I say good, oh my God,
good.
you had that doggone, you had that either that hen or that turkey, that fried turkey on one side.
That Cornish hen.
You had that that Cornish hen be fine.
That fried turkey.
You had that honey glazed ham. That potato salad sitting right next to it with them collard greens over there.
I'm crying in
You
slow
got that
motion.
doggone cornbread over there, man.
Listen,
All
that's why
right.
I say we should have picked the meat. I would have went fried turkey. No, I would have went turducken on y'all and one up
All right.
y'all.
Well,
Turducken.
happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
Please leave a comment and then leave your favorite sides and what you would pay for them in this same game. Can't wait to check it out. Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Make sure you get my crown now.
And let's go get Dallas, huh?
And don't eat no kale.
We are brought to you by Bet365. At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe every sport should be epic. That's why we offer an in-game experience which covers 78 sports and 780,000 live streams to 90 million customers worldwide. Our online betting brand is powered by a world-class proprietary product and over 7,000 employees across the globe. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365, the official sports betting partner of the Washington Commanders. Must be 21 plus and physically located in Virginia. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.